Hello friends, welcome to the Take Better Photos channel. In May, Adobe launched its latest update for Photoshop, and that included Generative Fill. And they did it with a lot of marketing hype and fanfare. And as you can see here, Adobe calls it a magical new tool and one that will surprise, delight, and astound you. But what is Generative Fill? Generative Fill is a series of AI-powered abilities to add, extend, and remove content from images or create them from scratch. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the most impressive things about Generative Fill, which I personally experienced in my time using it. And we'll start off with the simple editing interface. If you've previously done any photo editing, you know that creating a photo composite can sometimes be hard. Let's say you want to improve this photo by adding some elements. Not only do you have to think of what elements to add, you also have to spend time searching for the appropriate image. Then you might also need to edit the element to make sure it blends properly and doesn't look fake. And that requires some technical expertise. Generative Fill is impressive in that all you need to add a piece of content or element is to type what you want in a simple text prompt. Generative Fill will provide several images for you to consider, and if you're not satisfied with any of them, you can always regenerate to get another set of suggestions. So let's say I want to add a car to this image. All I need to do is to make a selection, and then on the prompt, I'll type red sports car. And boom, Generative Fill places the red sports car. You can see on the right side, there are other variations for you to consider. As another example, if I want to add a standing man, I simply make a selection on where I want to place the man, type standing man, and just like that, it grants my wish and places a man in the selection. It's the simplest way to add an element into your photo. The second impressive thing about Generative Fill is it blends the image for you. What do I mean by this? Generative Fill doesn't just stop at adding content. It also performs operations like adding appropriate shadows, reflections, lighting, and perspective to make sure the images blend well and doesn't look fake. Just take a look at how realistic the car and person blends with its surroundings. The fact that you don't need to do any further editing is an amazing time saver and allows for even novices and non-experts to create professional looking composites. The third impressive thing about Generative Fill is you get a more powerful sky replacement tool. With Generative Fill, you can potentially replace a sky just by typing the kind of sky you want to see. There's no need to choose from a rigid set of skies and no need to navigate cumbersome menus. In this example, I want to replace the dull sky to heighten interest in this shot. With Generative Fill, the first thing I need to do is to make a selection. The easiest tool to use is the Object Selection tool, which works with just one click. So after this is done, just type what kind of sky you want. In this case, I'll type blue sky. And there you go. A blue sky is realistically placed and looks very natural. Just like in the previous example, you can try other variations of blue skies. The fourth and last impressive thing about Generative Fill is the ability to expand or extend content. This is the most mind-blowing thing about Generative Fill in my opinion, and something traditional photo editors truly cannot do. Let's take the case of this image. How I wish I had a wider lens and shot this image in landscape mode so that I could get more of the background. With Generative Fill, that wish can come true. All you need to do is to place the image on a larger canvas, as I've done here, select the empty areas, and Generative Fill will use its AI smarts to create new content based on the partial content adjacent to your selection. It is super convincing and really jaw-dropping. It's better than anything I could do myself, even if I spent hours on Photoshop. So there you go. Those are the most impressive things about Generative Fill. It is a genuinely groundbreaking technology and another sign that AI is going to dominate and change the way we edit photos. Do let me know in the comments of what you think of generative AI, and do let me know if it is something you will personally use. Finally, if you like this content, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to help keep the videos coming. And till the next video, I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye for now.